Left of the circle, picked up on the switch by Reed, dribbles right, gets into the paint, gets to the rim, and meet Clifford Omoruyi. First block of the year for the Big Red Dog, and here's Bama the other way. Sears looking onto the left wing, gives it off to Stevenson, driving the lane, stops, leaner up and good, and Alabama has the 2-0 advantage. Reed looking to inbound it, beats the count, getting it to Phylon. The freshman from Mobile has it on the wing, looks on the give and go, nice feed, and Clifford lays it in. Omoruyi gets the bucket, bringing himself into the front court, leaves it for the trailer Sears, dribbles to his right, off of the screen, spots up three, and gives it off to Holloway. Holloway off of a screen, takes it left side, goes now down the lane, gives it off to Omoruyi. He'll pick it up, feeds it back to Holloway, left alone, tries a three, bottom. 2 of 7. Free throw up, no good. Rebounded though, Diabate. Great pass to Omoruyi for the flush. Dogs to inbound it. They do to AB. Quick catch and shoot jumper, no good. Rebounded Omoruyi. And here comes Phylon throwing it ahead to Holloway on the far wing. Aiden gives it off to Omoruyi. Back now to Phylon to Omoruyi for the flush. Banks with 6 on the shot clock, drives inside the arc, stops, back to Tolentino at 3, at 2, it's knocked out of bounds at 1.2. Gets it into the paint, swings it over near side to Reed, gives it off to Phylon. LeBaron on the drive, throws it down low, Omoruyi slams it home. Phylon thought Omoruyi was there and the big dog had left the yard, and so he was able to get the easy layup to go. That's Marsh with the bucket. Here's Phylon, the no-look pass, and a dunk attempt. But a
6'11" and a 7'6" wingspan.
Now, by the way, on Gant, that was his 4th already, and he'll leave the game as Clifford hits the second free throw. Cameron Taylor is checked in once more to replace Gant. Asheville with the basketball, 56-31, the Bama lead. Little floater is up, missed by Marsh. Somehow got his own miss. Hands it off inside Tolentino, shot 36. Here's Phylon with the basketball, dribbling right wing, going baseline, steps through, kicks it out to Sears. All alone, 3, and that is as close to automatic as you will find. Our wing, calling for a screen, gets one from Clifford. Throws it inside to him on the pick and roll. And
LeBaron Phylon through most of the second half. This time it was the
Omoruyi will bring it front court. Finds Nelson on the far wing. Grant trying to break down to the defender, goes baseline, spins towards the paint, feeds it off, and that is a flush from Clifford Omoruyi. Boy, it's fun seeing those two play together, isn't it? The other way, Mark Sears brings it ahead with 8:34 to go, throws the lob, and the flush for the Big Red Dog, and a timeout's going to be called once again by Asheville head coach Mike Morrell. Couple of dribbles to his right, hands it off to Taylor. Taylor, wild shot, that one wouldn't go for.
Darian Reed around the screen from Omoruyi to the rim for Alabama's first 2.
Really good hesitation dribble there by Darian Reed.
Preseason player of the year in the Sun Belt, over 1,000 points for him at Louisiana. Here's Darian Ford leaving that just short. Iron, Clifford Omoruyi with the rebound. Sears feeding Phylon. Draws the foul. Ford out to Julian. Three-pointer one go. Another rebound by Omoruyi.
Alabama looking to run.
Sears, Omoruyi drawing more contact.
Prolific shot blocker. I think the thing will be is a matter of
Terrence Ford attacking the paint, trying to hit it off to Marshall, but right there, the Crimson Tide. Reitzel, Clifford!
beautiful move. Latrell Reitzel penetrating into the paint, dropping it off.
From Alabama.
Well, they've been able to turn defense into offense, and when they can get out and run, it's Latrell Reitzel finding a piece of the pace and dropping it off to the big dog, Clifford Omoruyi.
In the corner, Reitzel. The iron. Crimson Tide keep it alive. Three-pointer, nothing but net by Holloway.
And the third three-pointer that Alabama has made after an offensive rebound is going to Alabama.
Reed to Clifford.
Beautiful design play and a strong screen by Mark Sears to flip.
Arkansas State. 8-0 run for the Red Wolves. Crimson Tide trying to find some offense. Mark Sears will do just that.
Really good job. Savage.
Actually making a Sun Belt championship game on 12 of their final 16 games of the year once they finally got healthy. Omoruyi misfires on the dunk and a foul called in Arkansas State.
The game was in the balance, has hung right in there.
Underway in the second half, Alabama with the opening possession leading by 3.
3 guards in this lineup alongside with Nelson and Omoruyi. There's a lot of versatile things you can do with this group.
Nelson feeding Omoruyi. That's a great start to the second half for the Tide.
Great dime there by Kobe Julian Marshall, catching that and throwing down the hammer.
Sears to Phylon with the fake. To Omoruyi, and Clifford with the first 4 for Alabama in this second half.
Now they come away with the steal.
Jaron Stevenson on the floor with 4 fouls. Phylon finds Clifford!
That's a beautiful play. You go guard, pick and roll with the short roll and have a playmaker to make that decision to drop it off to Omoruyi.
Omoruyi then with a defensive.
And we are underway from the home of the Tide, Coleman Coliseum. Omoruyi will hand it off to Stevenson. Backdoor look is to Nelson. He throws it home, and a great start for Alabama. 10-6. We got 16:30 to go in the opening half. Nelson finds Stevenson in the corner. His 3 is no good. Rebound tipped by Omoruyi. Nelson lost it, got it back. Tried to get a timeout as he was falling out of bounds, and I believe he did. Smart play. 3 instead will back it out. He'll play to his right, gives it off to Cliff, gets a return feed. Holloway fakes a pass, now goes inside, layup, good for 2 on a great feed, and finished by Jaron Stevenson. And a 4-point lead, 8.5 minutes remaining in the opening half of play. Inside Nelson, playing through contact, spin, shoots, misses, rebound fought for, and they'll call McNeese for the foul.
Latrell knocks down another one.
Make it 8 bank first threes. Omoruyi blocking the shot partially on the layup attempt by Breed, and Bama up 15, runs the other way. Sears to the rim, shot would go. Omoruyi throws it down. Timeout, McNeese. Will Wade wants to talk things over. A strong start for Alabama in half number 2 into the front court. Bama leading at 51-34. Sears throws it right corner. Stevenson 3, short. Rebound tipped. Omoruyi lost out of bounds by McNeese.
Run a lob play for Big Cliff, and it was there, but good defensive play to deflect it and not allow the alley-oop.
8-point game with 8:18 to go. The drive, the runner, the block by Omoruyi. The scramble on the deck. Ball knocked out of bounds. Touch last by Grant Nelson. Rebound by McNeese as bodies hit the deck. No whistles. Here come the Cowboys front court. They kick it in the corner. Their 3 is up and no good. The rebound and an over-the-back whistle needs to be made. Coming into the game, that's where we are for the contest. Is a native of Nigeria hits them both.
Enough in the win Monday night, wants more possessions, more threes. McNeese did a good job with that press. It slowed them down. They switched everything. McNeese, one of those teams that they're tough off the bounce, but defensively did a good job. That's why he's missed only 1 shot this year. And here comes Sears. Foul call against a shot glass. Sears. Reitzel, their top 3-point shooter, guarded by Smith. Shot clock to 8. Foul called. Just keeping the crowd involved in this thing is going to be so big. Here. And he's got all the points for Alabama so far. Sears has been quiet. Omoruyi's second dunk of the night. And that's the gravity that Mark Sears presents. You can get their distance game going, still looking for that first 3. Sears gets the bounce. Boy, Bama goes back to the same exact play, but there's the strength of Sears on display. He gets the season. Kaufman-Wren working on the jump hook this morning. First thing he did at shoot-around. Going against Omoruyi is a different beast, and all you got to do is get it on the rim. Alabama really aggressive at trying to block that shot. And there's a block from Omoruyi. Sears finds the glass. You got to stop the basketball. Braden Smith has been quiet after the hot start. And that's a good look to Wren. A good contest. Omoruyi did a great job of stopping the layup and then getting back to contest that hook. Kaufman-Wren game high 13 points. Oh, what a block. Omoruyi went up to get it. Against 99% of players in college basketball, that's a bucket, but not against Cliff Omoruyi. Reitzel, back-to-back threes for the tie. You just kind of felt like, Paul, that it was a matter of time before Braden Smith sets that table perfectly. Game high 6 assists for number 3. I appreciate Alabama letting us give that a try. I've never seen that thing before. We're tied for the 5th time here. Kaufman-Wren has 15, best in the game. Boy, the Omoruyi factor down there. Kaufman-Wren is just not comfortable. Sears. Follow. Stevenson. Omoruyi came up with it. 3 more. The freshman Phylon stays high. The blockout for Purdue was almost too good. No one goes and pursues the basketball. And as a freshman, that is tremendous. Smith. And a rebound to Nelson. Boy, more time we've seen that this half. He loves that pull-up jumper. There's a reason he's shooting 44% on the year off the bounce. Combination of patient and aggressive. Omoruyi. They shoot 2. Just nowhere there. You got to be in. These was 13 of 17 come into this game, but they're missing 2 big ones. Has been aggressive offensively tonight. Phylon has as well. To Holloway. Think about how good Bama's going to be when Chris Youngblood gets back. That's going to be scary. Holloway, the transfer from Auburn with a 3.
In a combined 5 threes go down. Yakachonis gets downhill. Tied for the 3rd most tournament appearances without a title, 34 times. And Alabama coming up its first ever Final Four.
He was an absolute star in a loss at Purdue. Fearless, attacking the rim is 0 in white, the true freshman.
Yakachonis couldn't thread the needle, turns it over. Aiden Holloway on the floor, Auburn transfer. Here he is for 3. Takes it in! Sears' first shot attempt is off the back of the rim. Came 11 minutes into the half. Omoruyi.
If you give up offensive rebounds to Alabama, you're in for a long night. A long night, because all they're going to do, Tom, at that point is reload quickly. Reload to it.
1 and said it was going the other way. Holloway fouled from behind and backed it in. Ivasic has knocked down a couple of threes this evening. Phylon, the chicken wing, gets some space. Corner 3, rattles home for Reitzel into the NCAA tournament, and they rolled all the way to the Final Four. Here's Latrell Reitzel. Block, and they get Riley for the foul. Into Phylon's hands. No look, live. Omoruyi, oh my, he's going to the line for a 3-point chance. What a pass.
And what a sprint by Omoruyi. Look at that, showing the target hand all the way down the floor. He got that target hand up, Tom, at half court, saying, this is where I want the...
Holloway, 18 points on 7 of 10 shooting, including 3 of 4 from 3. Another flush.
Forcing 5 turnovers already in the first 6 minutes. Sears can't get to the basket. A foul. Last matchup, the Crimson Tide slowed in that game, but Sears has been in a drought. That one goes.
He's put a lot of effort in on his shot, guys. It's just taken some time this year.
Yeah, transferred from Ohio. A school that Allie knows a little bit about. Three-pointer flies for Phylon. Missed. Cougars lead it by 1. Here's Juwan Roberts. Talented player for the Cougars. Gives it up. Plenty of time on the clock here. Wilson gets stuck a little. Now Francis going to work on Nelson. He spins. Got bodies in the air and stripped by Sears, and he's fouled. Mark Sears forces a turnover. Sharp drives. Sharp. Oh, denied. Omoruyi with a rejection, and back comes Alabama. Reitzel fires. Reitzel hits.
And that's Alabama basketball.
Laces one, a mid-range jumper.
That's going to be there all day. We'll see if Alabama makes an adjustment on that play. Pryor comes off all alone once again.
Houston up by 2. That was their halftime lead. 2 and change underway here in the second half. Sears doing a lot of dribbling here. Can't shake Roberts. Now Reitzel can't shake Uzan. Great defense by the Cougars. One-on-one defense. And there's a slip pass to Omoruyi. He is hammered. Minute to go. Sears, three-pointer, down. Mark Sears.
All alone once again.
Houston up by 2. That was their halftime lead. 2 and change underway here in the second half. Sears doing a lot of dribbling here. Can't shake Roberts. Now Reitzel can't shake Uzan. Great defense by the Cougars. One-on-one defense. And there's a slip pass to Omoruyi. He is hammered.
Donated to the Salvation Army where shoes were sent to his.
Here you go. You called it, Grant.
I mean, there's been 5 or 6 times where Pryor has come off that screen and roll wide open.
Wide open in the corner. A three-pointer down. Aiden Holloway.
How about Holloway? He has played big, making shots, driving and dishing. Getting a paint touch right there from Reitzel led to that open 3.
Tugler trying to steal it. Holloway gets around it and scores. That scoop is good. Holloway's hit a 3, and now he goes to the basket. The rest of the game, though, picking up a lot of fouls early. Shot clock down to 5. We'll give it go action. Nelson got to put one up. Down to 2. He is
great awareness by Tugler finding the hot hand.
After you jinxed him, he had missed 4 straight threes, Grant, and now 4 fouls. And Big East matchup. Ooh. On the perimeter, having to pick up guards. He's done a nice job. They switch a lot, Houston. Holloway. And now it's Reed. And Reed sticks a 3. Darian Reed, McDonald's All-American. Minute to go. Sears, three-pointer, down. Mark Sears.
Hard these teams play.
Appreciate that. Hasn't been always pretty. Roberts turning the corner. Active hands there by Holloway and forces the turnover. Here's Diabate now. Patient. Sears playing 4-on-4. Now Reitzel gives it up. Sears wide open. Three-pointer is good. Mark Sears.
And great awareness there by Reitzel.
Putting Alabama on the defensive end here for an eternity. Now a turnover. Alabama with a takeaway. Reitzel looking for Holloway. Holloway drives, leaves it, and inside. Diabate. Great action by the Tide. Guard here, Aiden Holloway. He can move it. And he's looking inside for Omoruyi. Omoruyi in traffic. Finds an open shooter. Reed got another one.
There, find an open shooter.
Martini can't get the bounce. Reed out of the pack. He's flying. Reed drives to the basket, and Reed is fouled. Ace Bailey. Bailey takes a tough shot. Comes up short. And Omoruyi pulls down the board. It's good. Notre Dame, a shorthanded Notre Dame team. And Rutgers got the win. And Dylan Hopper went for 36. That's a 3-ball down. Latrell Reitzel Jr. has scored at least 20 points in 5 of them. And a career-high 36 last night. Stevenson back on the floor. And here goes Sears. Omoruyi. And that was touched by some. Driving is Diabate. Gives it up. Nelson open for 3. Bailey closed quickly. Offensive rebound. Diabate. Bailey narrowly avoiding a foul. Rutgers has done a terrific job on the defensive end. Diabate in traffic, patient, recovers, and scores at the basket. Harper turns a corner. Harper pulls up short. Bailey kept it alive, but then Reed able to secure the board for Alabama. And that's going to count. Goaltend. Alabama's been very efficient on the other side. Made 5 of their last 7.
Durkat trying to guard against Nelson, giving up a lot of height.
And Nelson missed it, but the follow jam. He and Harper have been as advertised tonight against the best competition they have faced this year. Holloway turned it over, trying to slip a pass. And now Sears goes to the basket and cannot finish. There is Omoruyi, and Omoruyi gets it to go. Coming in at 6-1. Alabama's lone loss was on the road at Purdue at Mackey Arena.
Both teams are going to move the ball and share the ball, and of course, flat out score.
TJ Bamba coming off 22 against San Diego. Big man, he's a 7-footer. He can shoot it a little bit. Misses on his first try. Phylon aggressive. No look pass. Nelson gives it back to Reitzel on the other corner.
Just admired how in those games they just kept plugging away, kept defending.
Sears needs help. Holloway trying to get across the timeline, just does. And now Nelson leaves it up top. Cliff Omoruyi on the receiving end. Selfish by Nelson. Here's Angel. Man in there battling for the board. Biddle puts it back, no good. Missed opportunity there for Oregon. Omoruyi wants another one up top, and there he goes. Pieces together, Grant. It can be a challenge sometimes. 6 transfers have come into this program trying to get back to the NCAA tournament. A point-blank miss.
But defensive rebounding, they gave 9 offensive rebounds to the Oregon Ducks in the first half.
TJ Bamba goes strong, missed it. And Nelson tips it. Certainly going to be on the minds of Alabama fans. And looking up top. Shelstad trying to stay with him. And now Sears for 3. And Omoruyi runs down the rebound.
Seen that other than Tracy one time posted up here early.
Adrian Tracy spinning off that left hand. Now Shelstad guarded by Sears. And a block by Sears. His second block. Shelstad gets it back. Tracy fires, misses. And that is going to be a foul on Biddle.
Against Rutgers, hit some big shots.
Alabama's 4th highest rated recruit. Colin Sexton, Brandon Miller, J.D. Davidson, the only 3 higher than Reed. Inside Biddle misses, and Nelson
beat him to the rim.
Sears drives it, leaves it, and Omoruyi got fouled.
You want to convert on that. Hey, man, every man for themselves, man, on the strip.
Was that Grant Hill? Shout out to Boogie Cousins, by the way, who apparently is here in Vegas. Here is Holloway, and a 3 is good. Here comes Alabama.
Violations are close to it, and almost 2 now for Bama's first 2 possessions. Near walk by the Heels. Shot attempt in the paint, no good by
Grant Nelson. Well defended. Not sure if it got blocked, but it wasn't close.
Tar Heels with it. Davis catch and shoot 3 right of the circle. An absolute brick. Doesn't get it. Gives it off to Omoruyi. Back to Sears on the wing. Driving all the way to the rim. Tough shot. Somehow got it to go off the window.
Yeah, right at the rim.
Kay Tyson is checked in for North Carolina as the Heels go inside with it. Great block.
He shoot it a career 40% three-point shooter.
Tremendous player for the Waves. Hoping to do similar for the Tide. Great deflection there by Millett. And then as he went to the deck, he saved the ball to Nelson. Across the way by Powell. He'll bring it all the way back out high, and they'll reset their offense once again. They try to split defenders. Can't. Millett will drive in. Leaves it for the trailer. Diabate missed the layup. Rebound, though, put back up and in by LeBaron Philon. Great hustle by the Tide. They had the arc, then backs it out beyond the 3-point stripe. 14 on the shot clock as they work it left of the circle now to Jackson. He'll go down the lane. His runner off the glass. No good. And the rebound controlled by Alabama. Picked up by Nelson after a little scramble for it among teammates. And now the Tide will work it far side to Philon. LeBaron directing traffic. Wanting to play a 2-man game as we got a mismatch. Couldn't get it to Grant. Now it's Reed driving and dishing. They work it around now, the Tide does, to Philon. Great feed inside in the flush for the big fella. Clifford able to throw it home, and before intermission leads it 46-28. Carolina swings it near wing. They'll drive into the lane. They go to the rack. They'll lay it up. They'll miss. The putback is missed. Rebound claimed by Nelson. Credit Clifford Omoruyi for challenging the layup attempts by Trimble, both of them.
And up his teammate Aiden Holloway on the last possession. This time knocks down the floater.
Jackson the drive in the lane. Missed the layup. Again, Omoruyi challenging it away. LeBaron inbounds it to Omoruyi at the elbow. Cliff with a dribble to his left, picks it up, great backdoor look. Nelson the layup for 2. And the easy layup for Grant adds to the Bama lead. It's back up to 8. Inside, the Heels will work it, trying to back their way down. They kick it now onto the wing to Cadeau. They'll drive in, shot attempt blocked by Omoruyi, out of bounds. Touch last by the man who blocked it, Clifford Omoruyi. He's got at least 2 as R.J. Davis got denied on that attempt. Off to Phylon, swings it over to Stevenson. Jarrett on the drive, fires it back out to Sears. All alone, 4-3, halfway down it popped out. Ball tipped high in the air. Nelson saves it to Sears, drives in, lays it up, hit the bottom of the rim, but he's fouled. Claimed by Omoruyi. Here comes Bama the other way. Phylon in transition to the top of the arc. Between the legs with the dribble, a feed now to Sears. He'll drive into the paint, bounce pass, goes to Nelson, lays it up and in for 2, and the Tide leads it by a dozen.
Next year, and Drake Powell up over the Bama defenders.
Bama up by 13. Inside, Stevenson throws it down. He threw it down on a defender, and a great feed as well.
It was Grant Nelson with the throwdown.
But it looked just right for us. Heels will drive. They'll miss a layup inside. It was missed by Jackson, and Bama comes the other way. Sears splitting defenders, driving in, handing it off. Omoruyi the dunk. What a feed, Mark Sears, and Omoruyi throws it home, and Bama leads it 63-48, matching their biggest lead of the night.
Alabama getting the stop. Smart play by Houston Millette to get it to Mark.
Reed to inbound it, gets it in on the wing to Phylon. Phylon back to Reed, driving down the left side of the lane. Spin, shoots a tough shot, no good. Tapped into the hands of Reed. Dunk is good. Omoruyi the flush, but it was Houston Millette who hustled to keep that ball alive. Go. Reed spots up, 3-ball, no. Rebound. Omoruyi goes in, would go, but he got fouled. He'll shoot 2 when we come back.
Been yet, and they've got too many good shooters.
Carolina 8 of 10 from the free throw line after the 2 makes by Clifford Omoruyi. Bam.
It's a good look by Mark Sears, just not able to finish. A couple of big guys coming over, forcing a difficult shot.
Davis working off of the screen, being defended by Millette. Shoots a fall away with a hand in his face. That one rattles around, hung on the rim, fell off. Rebound claimed by Holloway. He'll bring it front court, leaves it for Sears. One more, Millette, right side, 3-ball bottom. Houston Millette making his presence known. A pair of bank first 3-pointers for Alabama in his first Crimson Tide game, and Alabama able to add to its lead. It's an 18-point advantage again.
Darian Reed knocked down his first 3. He's missed 5 straight since. They've all been open, but that one.
And a turnover by the Heels. Here's Phylon, the lob, the miss dunk on the part of Clifford Omoruyi, but he got fouled. And he'll
bring in the Rutgers star, and we are glad he is wearing crimson and white, and he is
over, backing his way down now. Goes to his left, flips up a shot, no. Tipped into the hands of Diabate. Shoot, 9-8. Holloway at 6, right of the circle, 3-ball, and there is your exclamation point. The bank first 3, knocked down by Holloway, 15 points, all of them coming from bank first 3-point range.
Now top of the circle, Neal. Miller left wing, drives to the basket, gets cut off. Gives it off to Kalkbrenner in the paint, spins right, spins left, spins right, jump hook in the paint, rolls off, no good. Rebounded Nelson. Alabama wants to run, trailing 2-0, a minute 15 into this one. Down the lane, Sears, pump fake 1, jump scores, and we are tied at 2 apiece.
I love the patience of Mark Sears. Got in the lane.
Then we'll bring it ahead. Gives it over to Phylon, top of the arc, goes left off the screen. Little teardrop of the lane, got it to go. He went right hand after Sears went left. 2 teardrops, finding the bottom of the net for the Crimson Tide. And
Kalkbrenner stayed vertical, which is why there wasn't a call.
Ty Davis, Birmingham native, gets it to Ashworth, who throws it down low to Kalkbrenner. He'll stop in the line, throws up a jump hook that's no good. Rebound claimed by Phylon, and the Tide runs the other way. LeBaron looking to the right wing, and Nelson takes a dribble, picks it up. Got bumped, no whistle. Feeds it to Phylon, top of the key. Phylon dribbles to the right wing, changes direction twice. Gets into the lane, kicks it out to Sears. Mark on the drive, steps through, hands it off, and Omoruyi throws it home.
Good.
Here comes the Tide. Phylon front court. LeBaron play it off of a screen, looks to his right, flips it left to Sears. Drives left side of the lane, steps through, fires it back to Omori, gives it to Philon. LeBaron left alone, teardrop from 8 is good.
He is so smooth.
Out Creighton.
LeBaron Philon so smooth. He's knocked down a couple of floaters in this game.
The other way, Reed with it on the left wing, plays off the screen, goes down the lane, puts up the lob pass to Omori, and he lays it in. Coliseum, and Bama trying to beat Creighton for the first time in 3 previous meetings. Bama works it front court to our right. Sears catch and shoot 3. That's a great way to start.
Sears with a rare wide open 3, and he knocks it down.
Jays work it down low. Kalkbrenner couldn't handle it. Good defense there on the part of Clifford Omoruyi. The paint at 3, kicks it out to Neal. Deep 3, short, rebounded. Good hands, Omoruyi. And now Bama comes the other way with Sears. Mark will work off the screen from Clifford, gets into the paint. Leaner is up, got it to go, got fouled by Ashworth. The and one upcoming for the All-American Mark Sears.
He's not able to convert a couple at point-blank range, and Youngblood able to finish before Kalkbrenner came over.
Bama by 8, Ashworth in the paint, down low Kalkbrenner. Spinning, shooting, missing. Ashworth off the screen, driving, throwing a lob, ball tipped by Omoruyi, and here comes the Tide. Up.
Brown, because he's got 4 fouls, doesn't want to pick up his 5th.
Sears looking for 20, finds it, bottom. A bank first 3 for Mark Sears. He's got 20 again, and the Tide leads it with 5:12 to go by 13.
Ashworth
zone in the half court for Creighton. Slows Bama at least. Nelson to Philon, back to Nelson in the paint. Throws a lob, the dunk, Omoruyi wouldn't go, but he got fouled.
For Omoruyi, who'll go to the line for 2.
63% shooter from the Reed, Omoruyi, Nelson, and Stevenson. The 5 are coming from the Jays, around to Philon. Bama in no rush. In low, they go to Omoruyi, and he gets fouled by
in the process.
Omoruyi hits the front end of a 1-and-1.
And that's the big one. That makes it a 3-possession game with 33.6 seconds to play. Big Cliff has been huge in this one.
3 free throws for Cliff here in the last 5 minutes. How about 4 of them? And both were perfect on those last 2 tries.
Here come the Hawks working it to the far wing. King near side trying to back his way down. Kuljahovic, and then a block shot down low. Nelson. Here comes Bama running the other way. Omoruyi playing through contact. They're going to call a blocking foul.
A little different. Yes, he was.
One of the heavy favorite, giving North Dakota a lot of confidence here in the first almost 10 minutes of the game.
Omoruyi back in the game, gets the inbounds pass, feeds it Holloway. Now far side, Youngblood 3, bottom. Had the advantage at 6-4. Nelson with it at the elbow, giving it off far side Sears. Catch and shoot 3 for the lead, bottom. 33-32, Bama after the Tide knocks down another bank first 3-pointer, their 5th. Inbounds, goes to Ingolstaff. Bama will double team him briefly. And now it will be Philon on him. They double team him. Omoruyi battling, kept it alive, picked up by Philon. Pump fake underneath, lays it up and in for 2. Played through some contact.
That's to Omoruyi, kicks it around the horn. Bama to Philon, 3, too strong. Rebound Omoruyi, back to Sears. He'll let it fly.
He had the ball for a little while, but they made the call late.
Well, he's got 8 rebounds, and we've still got 9:15 to play in the first half. Another steal by Bama. Philon on the drive. Had it knocked away, but it gets into the hands of Omoruyi. Misses the layup, but got fouled.
In this game, going to be in a good spot right now. Kent State
whips a pass to Youngblood. Extra feed. Holloway 3, rims out no good. Rebounded, though, by Youngblood. Back to Holloway. Works it back out high. He'll feed it off to Medley. Driving underneath the basket actually was Sumlin. Shot attempt inside. Morales blocked again by Bama. Here comes Philon the other way. LeBaron floats to the left wing as we near the 5-minute mark of the half. Sears lets fly from deep. Wrestle away, but gives a pass off to Philon. Throws a lob too high, intended for Omoruyi, who somehow got it back again, and then lays it in. 2 misses and a make on that trip.
That was a great offensive rebound by Darian Reed, but kind of rushed it.
Inside, Omoruyi stuffs that attempt on the layup. And here comes Bama back the other way with Nelson. Feeds it over to Sears. Crosses over between the legs. Lays it up. Got it to go. Bama the other direction. Trying to add to a 14-point lead. Nice seal, catch, and finish by Alabama's big fella, Clifford Omoruyi. For the ball game. Only 11 of 19 after both of those.
From deep, a combined 4 for 46 from beyond the arc. Alabama 3 for 26 from 3.
Sears with the basketball, spinning away from trouble, gives it off inside to Omoruyi, who had screened for him. Boy, that's a beautiful shot there from Clifford Omoruyi, spinning to his right, or actually to his left shoulder, excuse me. Shot it with the right hand high off the window. Not count, he'll try another one. And that one's no good. Rebounded Omoruyi, deflects it to Holloway, into the corner. Millette, 3, bottom. Good to see a scramble play result in a three-pointer for the Crimson Tide. A bank first 3. His foot, but it goes right to Omoruyi. Omoruyi on the block, kicks it out. Nelson spots up, 3, bottom. Alabama with the bank first 3 from Grant Nelson, gets on the board first. Larson throws it low post to Clough, backing in on Cliff. Clough against Cliff, into the paint, spinning right, spinning left, shooting a pass into the corner. Philon spots up, 3, in and out, no good. Rebound fought for. Omoruyi had it. Steve with Nelson defending him. Thought about it twice, instead will drive underneath. Flips a pass onto the wing. They work it top of the arc. Seiler, a no-look bounce pass to Clough, who stops, spins, lost it out. Seiler in the corner to Gary, into the low post. They go to Wharton. They work it around to Hadnot. He'll drive into the post, trying to back his way down. His shot attempt partially blocked, and now to Gary. Gary pivots, looks, drives to his right, stops, throws it down low to Clough. Backing in on Cliff. Clough backing into the paint, stops, spins, shoots with the right hand, no. Ball tipped twice, Clough got it back. Kicked it out to Seiler.
And a beautiful pass out to Mark Sears, who knocks down another Bama 3, the team's 11th.
Shot at missed 3 in transition by Seiler, and Bama comes the other way with it. Here's Holloway with the Tide on top, 66-50. 14:08 to go, second half. Inside, Nelson feeds it to Omoruyi, lays it up and in off the glass for 2. Clough to run it down in the far corner. Clough feeding it off to Gary. Gary double team, has it batted away and stolen by Omoruyi. Feeds it ahead to Philon. LeBaron weaving through traffic, stops on the wing. The trailer is Sears, bottom.
Great job defensively. Alabama gets the trap, the deflection, and LeBaron Philon finds a wide open Mark Sears, who knocks down another 3.
Now here's Sears the other way. Mark to the top of the circle, gives it off to Philon. LeBaron down the hill, flips it over to Omoruyi. Clifford in the lane, needs help, finds Sears, and Bama resets it with 15 on the shot clock. Mark down the lane, jackknifes, hands it off. Omoruyi throws it home. Tide will work it to the top of the arc. Sooners will actually. Miles missing the 3. Omoruyi able to box out, get the board, throws the outlet to Philon. LeBaron tips into the air and control by OU. Here comes Jeremiah Fears the other direction, racing to the rim, misses the layup, tipped out to Philon. Now we got numbers 3 on 2. Trailer, Sears, kicks it, Philon, right corner, 3, bottom.
That was a smart play by LeBaron Philon. Had a 3-on-2 fast break, gets it to Mark Sears. The defense reacts to Sears. The result, a wide open 3 by Philon, and he knocks it down.
First layers, it comes the other way. Nelson will drive downhill, throws it flush from Omoruyi.
Alabama having success attacking the paint and making the extra pass. Beautiful lob by Grant Nelson.
Alabama, an 8-point lead, their biggest here in the first half. A block shot from Nelson on the attempt for Moore. He'll drive back in again, spinning baseline, caught underneath, spins twice, blocked again. He'll take it top of the arc, he'll hesitate. He'll flip it over to Philon, to Omoruyi, back to LeBaron, drives, dishes, and Omoruyi goes in for the dunk.
We've seen the lob to Cliff Omoruyi, this time a beautiful bounce pass. Not easy for a 7-footer to catch and finish, but beautiful catch by Cliff Omoruyi.
They get it ahead to Elvis. He'll cross over. He'll go downhill. He'll throw a nice bounce pass. Layup, though, missed by Godwin. And the rebound controlled by Bama. Sears on the near wing. Going downhill. Gets into the paint. Flips it to the trailer. Omoruyi lays it up and in with the left hand.
That's great plays on both ends of the floor by Cliff Omoruyi. You mentioned the missed layup by Oklahoma. It's because Cliff Omoruyi was coming over with a 7'6" wingspan and able to catch and finish at the rim offensively.
Emma running the other way with Sears. Mark looks left side. Nelson to Clifford, and now back to Mark. Onto the right wing. Phylon all alone. Three.
Step-in threes. You don't get many of those against Oklahoma, but because of Alabama having success at the rim, it looked like Mark Sears was going to lob it to Cliff Omoruyi. He finds a wide-open LeBaron Phylon in rhythm, knocks it down.
Might have it across and hand it off near side to Moore. Teardrop up, short, no good. Rebounded by Bama. Sears near side, crossing over, getting into the paint. Stops, lobs it up to Omoruyi, and he gets fouled.
Didn't have a choice but to foul, otherwise would have been a dunk.
Omoruyi to Stevenson, around to Sears. Sears, deep three, short. Rebound, claimed initially by Omoruyi, and he got it back. Gives it off to Sears. Mark off the glass, no. Rebounded Omoruyi, and they're going to call a foul on Oklahoma. Omoruyi just kept on playing.
It's so loud in here, you can't hear the whistle. Cliff Omoruyi playing so hard. It looked like it was going to be a turnover. Cliff able to get it, gets on the offensive board, and the crowd, another sellout crowd here at Coleman Coliseum, showing the appreciation for Bama's toughness.
Youngblood fires it near side Phylon. LeBaron on the drive, stops, bounce pass, and Cliff throws it down.
What a beautiful pass by LeBaron Phylon.
Going right, flips it over to Nelson, all alone. Too strong. Rebound tipped into the hands of Youngblood. Sears with it now. Sears on the drive, downhill, spinning, firing outside Youngblood. Youngblood down the lane, high out the window and in.
Drives, but nothing to show for it here in the early going.
Phylon with it, top of the arc, crosses right, goes between the legs left, works his way down the left side of the lane, kicks it back out to Nelson. Grant driving baseline, cut off, nice bounce pass, but taking his eyes off of it was Omoruyi. Picks it up, finds Sears, his three, rattles around and pops back in. 9-5 lead with 16-18 to go in the opening half. Wright hesitates, goes down the lane left side. Teardrop up, no good. Rebounded by Murray Boyles inside. His layup attempt no good, and Nelson claims his second rebound for Alabama. Here comes the Tide the other way. Sears to Nelson. Grant going down the lane, hands it off to Omoruyi, lays it up with the left hand and got it to go.
That's a couple of times that the Alabama big men have drove the lane, making good decisions. Beautiful pass to Cliff Omoruyi, who finishes through contact. The career high, 22 points. So playing with a lot of confidence.
Sears with it, top of the arc. Works off the screen. Nice feed to Omoruyi for the flush. 22-18 now the score, as Phylon will drive and dish. Youngblood all alone, three, rolls around, no good. Tipped out Phylon, one more. Sears all alone, three ball bottom. And Omoruyi got popped in the face, it looks like, and whistle will blow to stop play.
And that's what makes Alabama so dangerous. Miss an open look, but this is a great offensive rebounding team, and Mark Sears feeling it here in the early going, leading all scorers with 13, a perfect 5 for 5 from the field, 3 for 3 from deep. Second chance opportunities, a big reason why Alabama's number 5 in America.
Cliff Omoruyi got popped in the eye, it appears. Hopefully just a finger in the eye, which feels awful, but often doesn't. Sears left side, changes direction, goes right, gets into the lane, stops, gives it off to Omoruyi. Cliff with 7 on the shot clock, spin, shoots a jump hook, friendly roll, and got it to go. I'll start to get into this a little bit. Omoruyi with it out high, hands it off to Reed. Darion to Omoruyi, slams it home.
Beautiful pass by Darion Reed, just floated it up there, and the big man caught it and threw it down.
30. Crimson Tide basketball with 19:15 to go. Phylon on the drive, stops, puts it up from 8 feet, got it to crawl over the front of the iron, and the Tide leads by 17 again. LeBaron on the wing, gives it off to Omoruyi. Nice feed, Nelson the flush for 2, nobody rotated over. LeBaron out to Nelson, over to Reed for 3, that one's short. Rebound caught by Omoruyi, he'll lay it up and got it to go. Into the low block to Washington. He will back underneath the basket. Stops, loses the handle, and picked up by Stevenson. Here comes Bama, then a foul right on the midcourt stripe. Needs help, fires in the corner, Nelson. Catch and shoot 3, too strong. Rebound tipped out long, run bound. Phylon to his right, gives it off to Sears, now in the corner to Stevenson. Inside, Big Cliff throws it down.
It looked like he took off from about the free throw line. Beautiful pass from Jaron Stevenson. Clifford Omoruyi with a cut and the finish.
Not sure he's got a stat, but Jaron Stevenson with a good start for Bama. Hefner on the drive in, missed the layup. Obaseki with the dribble to the elbow, spinning in the paint, puts it up, had it blocked. Ball scrambled for, picked up with 14:30 to play in the opening half. Bama ball with the lead over the Aggies, who go with three-quarter court pressure. Bama's able to beat it, getting it front court with Holloway. An extended zone look now from the Aggies. Left side, Holloway with the dribble, goes to his right, gives it off to Reed, who had it poked away and stolen. Aggies with numbers ahead, they go to Phelps, stops in the lane, lays it up, blocked by Omoruyi, ball knocked out of bounds, touched last by A&M. In the midst of a 7-0 run in the last minute, Youngblood, three to answer, no good. Rebounded by Omoruyi, who got hit in the face, and that'll stop play momentarily to check on him.
It's time to jump.
Omoruyi hits the front end of a 1-and-1, and he'll get another try for a 66% free throw shooter on the year. 10:54 to play first half. 17-15 at the moment. Bama trying to make it a three-point lead, and Omoruyi does just that, perfect on both tries. Here comes A&M front court. Phelps on the drive, teardrop from 12, short. Another board for Cliff. Hands it off to Mark. Here comes Sears running the other way. Aggies get back defensively to Omoruyi, top of the key. Takes a dribble left, picks it up, gives it off to Youngblood. Youngblood on the drive. The kick back, Phylon, top of the arc, three-ball bottom. Three-point basket by
Good offense by Alabama. LeBaron Phylon's had a couple of open looks. Finally gets one to go down.
Phelps cut off, gives it to Coleman. Now far side. They'll feed it to Washington. Drives in, off balance shot, no good. Right, dribbles left. Back out Holloway. He'll drive inside the arc. Now back out at 8, at 7, spinning at 6. Tough shot off the window, no good. Rebounded Omoruyi. He lays it in for 2. Clifford Omoruyi gets the bucket. And with 13:38 remaining, Bama leads again by 9. Sears will trigger it. Washington will try to impede his vision. They get it into Omoruyi at the elbow, extended. Backdoor look, Nelson for the flush. Great pass, Clifford Omoruyi. Gets the pain at the elbow. He'll drive into the lane. Shot up, blocked by Nelson. Saved in the hands of Hefner. Here comes to Hefner, top of the arc, 3 for the tie. It's no good. Rebounded Omoruyi. Clifford claims it. He gets fouled, and Omoruyi will go to the other end to shoot 2 shots with 37.5 seconds remaining. That's 11 team fouls this half on A&M, and Omoruyi perfect on the first try. So Payne shooting. The one free throw, it's up, it's no good, and thankfully, Omoruyi cleared it, handed it off to Sears.
But the rule came. Sears with a shake, and now a mismatch with Dia.
They switch a lot, so you got to see if you can switch into an opportunistic matchup.
Omoruyi from point-blank range, and that's exactly what Nate Oates told us to shoot around today.
Phylon will bring it up against the man-to-man look from the Cats. Nelson will throw a lob. Omoruyi the catch and the flush, and a great start for Alabama.
Transition by the Cats.
3-point game, 24-21 Bama. Holloway thought about it from deep. Mark from way downtown. No good. Rebounded and thrown home by Clifford Omoruyi. Man-to-man with Sears getting it front court. Mark will bring it near side. Now feeds Phylon left to the logo near center court. Phylon trying to get free. Can't. Gives it off to Stevenson. Driving into the paint. Trying to back his way down. Spinning. Handing it off to Omoruyi. Now Clifford drives in. Tried to dunk it. Got fouled. Thankfully.
Athleticism of Clifford Omoruyi. Why not try to dunk everything? He did, and he got fouled.
He did indeed. There's no doubt. Second free throw up. That one is good, man. And here come the Cats as we've got 10 minutes to go in the half, and we're deadlocked at 28. Kentucky driving underneath Williams. A pump fake. Lost it. Got it back. Shot it again, and couldn't get the roll.
Nice job by Grant Nelson to split it, get the lane, and get the foul.
Inbounded to Omoruyi at the elbow. Now center of the floor. Gives it off to Phylon. LeBaron on the drive. Kept the defender on his hip. Through the lob, and Omoruyi flushed it home. Omoruyi with the basketball now. Pivots. Needs help. Fires the pass over to Stevenson. Driving baseline. Gets to the rim. Stops. Tough shot. Got it to go. Man, he is getting better and better every game out. On the left wing. Dishing. Stevenson. Catch and shoot 3. Can't answer, but fights for his own miss. Keeps it alive. A scramble on the deck. Butler gets tied up, and a great hustling play by Clifford Omoruyi. It's not going to save the possession, but the arrow flips to Alabama on the next tie-up. And then weave through traffic. He'll get it front court. He'll go downhill. He'll put it up with the left hand. No good. But
no, that was a pass.
It was a pass. You're right. No joking there. That was Clifford Omoruyi as Diabate had the flip to Clifford, and he flushed it home, and Alabama leads it by 4 again. The Cats run the other way. Brea tried to get it to go. It was no good, and then it was slapped out of bounds by Garrison. Possession back to Alabama. Back down to 4. It will be Sears stepping back. Deep three, side bottom, and the Tide getting hot from deep. The bank first three gives Alabama a 76-69 advantage. Claimed by Alabama. It was Philon. Now Philon on the drive. Gets into the paint. Kicks it back out. Sears going downhill. Throws the lob. And Omoruyi throws it home.
Flips it back to McLaughlin. McLaughlin over left of the circle to Hogard. Hogard now to Edwards. Edwards driving. Throws it into the low post. Blocked away by Omoruyi on the attempt from McLaughlin. Driving downhill is Stevenson. Had it stripped. It goes out of bounds by Stevenson. Outlet pass goes to Sears. Mark throws the lob. Shot clock, 15:35 to go in the half. It will be Sears playing to his left, going downhill, sees Pardon, laid it up, counted, and an and one opportunity when we come back to Tuscaloosa.
It took a little contact, not able to finish through it.
Kick into the corner to Edwards, who now has it again on the wing after a pass from Nickel. Edwards takes his spot just left of the circle, now drives into the paint against Omoruyi. Pump fake, tough shot, short. Omoruyi challenging that one, almost got the block, doesn't get credit, but still altered the shot. Bama running the other way. Sears to Stevenson, steps into a wing three and knocks it home.
Taking the ball to the basket, not able to finish on the last possession, but no hesitation from 3.
Hogard stepping through, blocked by Omoruyi, claimed by Stevenson. Too shy of their largest lead. It's been 13. McLaughlin on the drive against Diabate. Stops, shoots, and misses. Rebound tipped by Stevenson. Flip it out to Nelson. Grant, a dribble and a handoff to Sears. Back to Grant, driving. Layup, no. Omoruyi missed the dunk, but he got fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Does have that one fall off the mark. And gets 1 of 2.
The frustration on the Alabama side.
Huffman with the basketball, working against Sears. By the way, Bama's made a change. He got Diabate in for Nelson as the Doors work it up top. Magnon, they really want to get into the hands of Nickel. Magnon, though, will drive in, misses the layup. Rebound saved by Stevenson. Front court, 2 hour left. Hogard will give it off to Collins. Back to Hogard near side. Gives it top of the arc, McLaughlin. He'll drive down the lane, puts it up too strong. Challenge on the play by Omoruyi, and Bama runs the other direction. Holloway up McLaughlin, I think, gave to Sears, freeing up Edwards on that play. Holloway stopping in the lane, kicking it near side. Youngblood stopping, shooting, throwing it up, and almost got it to go with a left hand, I should say. Here's Sears the other way. Bama up by 17. He'll throw a lob, and Omoruyi throws it home.
That was a beautiful pick and roll.
Stevenson with the dribble. Throws it to Nelson. Grant looks down low. Finds Omoruyi on the seal. Puts it up. Wouldn't go, but he got fouled. Cut off at the elbow. Kicks it to Omoruyi on the left wing. He'll dribble to the high side. Gives it off to Youngblood. The flush, and that was beautiful. 10 on the shot clock. Givens trying to work against Sears. Got bumped, no whistle. Bama gets the takeaway. Here's Youngblood front court to Omoruyi. He'll drive down the lane and dish it. Left corner, 3, no good by Stevenson. Tipped way out though, saved by Sears. Finds Omoruyi, and Bama gets a reset to 20. Don't need it. Youngblood 3. Carter in the front court. 7-7 game at the moment. LSU and Bama. Carter underneath, circles, needs help, hands it off the window, no good by Chest. Outlet pass from Omoruyi to Youngblood. Chris going downhill, steps through. Leaner got it. Boy, that was beautiful. 12:42 and ticking. Time left in the opening half. 13-12, Alabama with the lead. Mo went to the bench along with Sherrell. That means that they've made room for both Nelson and also Omoruyi. Clifford, good defense right there on Williams, but to our left. 7.5 to go before intermission. Bama with the ball up by 2. Stevenson on the left wing. Youngblood fighting free, putting up a three and knocking it home. And man, if I could shoot it like that, I'd fight to get open too. Throws it back out now, near wing to Carter. He'll work inside the arc, throws a lob. Omoruyi got a hand on it. Now the Tide will come the other way. Crimson Tide bringing it front court. Playing off of the screen from Youngblood. Throws it all the way over to Omoruyi. Now to Youngblood right wing. Back up top they go to back to Youngblood. He'll dribble right behind the back with a dribble. Almost had it stolen to Diabate. Driving to the rim and lays it in for two. He got a touch pass from Omoruyi. Youngblood to inbound it from the baseline. Looking to get it in, throws a lob in the flush from Big Cliff.
The screen was set by the smallest man on the court, Aiden Holloway, in the SEC and conference games. And it worked.
He missed the second in the rebound by Cliff, and Bama brings it ahead. Grant nearly lost it, but now has it under control. Drives to his right, picks up the dribble, pivots, needs help, and still needs help. Now hands it off the pylon. LeBaron on the near wing. Gives it outside, Holloway. He'll play off a screen. He'll drive in, little teardrop. Rolls off, no good. Cliff snatches it out of the air and lays it in for two with the basketball. Tigers working right side with Sears, flipping it back out to Carter. Carter back to Sears on the right wing. He'll direct traffic, calls for clear out on the right side. Steps back, shoots a three. It rolls off, no good. And Cliff grabs another rebound for Alabama. On your feet, everybody, let's go. Right of the circle, Sears for LSU, inside Collins, puts it up from 8, rolls off, no, Cliff clears it. He's wanting every one of them now.
Not able to corral it as well.
Nelson being looked at on the Bama bench, he got popped in the mouth. Holloway will drive in, misses the leaner, rebound snatched away by Diabate. They're gonna call a tie-up, I believe, or is it a foul? Bama fans getting back on their feet as the Tigers get it front court. Carter trying to drive, goes in, tough shot, no with the left hand, rebounded Youngblood.
Tornadoes, and Chris, when you visit with him as well, but right now it's about getting it done the last 7:45 of this game.
Up 7, but it inbounded to Carter, corner 3, no good, rebound tipped and controlled by Nelson. Grant has it, it'd be nice to have about a 6-0 run right here and get this thing double digits. Holloway for 3, can't get it to go. Rebound snatched out of the air by LSU, and the Tigers will come the other way.
That's a great look by Aiden Holloway, just not able to knock it down.
Williams thought about it, gives it off to Carter. He weaves through traffic, puts up the reverse layup, no. Stevenson, right corner 3, in and out, no good. Rebound by Cliff, back to Stevenson, around to Aiden. Going left side, got held, no whistle. Goes right, goes left, goes inside the paint, puts up the runner, no. Rebound tipped again, batted into the hands of Stevenson, who got hit across the face. Omoruyi won't get the rebound, but he kept getting fingertips on it until a teammate could.
We've seen more fight from this Alabama team on the glass on both ends of the floor, and that's a great example. We've seen Mo Diabate do that throughout this season, and that's just keep balls alive. Even if you can't get to them, tip it to a teammate. This time, Cliff Omoruyi tips it to Jaren Stevenson.
Diabate with a bucket. He's got a dozen, and the Tide leads it 75-64 with 2.5 to play.
3 straight trips. Alabama scored, 2 at the free throw line, and Mo at the rim.
Givens driving against Cliff. Gets cut off. Trying it again, short, rebound, and Cliff.
Wing to Woko, now top of the arc, they go to Melendez. He'll drive left, throws a lob, deflected away nicely by Omoruyi for Alabama, and here comes the Tide with his first action in 4 games back from the lower leg injury. Here's Philon with it, playing off of a high screen, drives into the lane, little Euro step, got it to go.
So crafty.
Bama on top, kicks it over to Holloway. Thought about one from Jackson, instead decided I'll just give it off right side to Omoruyi, who will drive left. He'll go to the rim, and he'll lay it in for 2. A beautiful fake there as everybody went towards the shooter.
I don't think anybody in this arena was expecting that out, Big Cliff.
He went, giving it back to Youngblood near side. Gives it to Omoruyi, flips it to Holloway, back to Youngblood. Deep 3, near side bottom.
Chris Youngblood out there. The guy is a catch-and-shoot sniper.
Bounce pass goes inside, lefty layup, no good by Nwoko. Holloway and Philon, the 5 on the floor. Bama will inbound it to Holloway. Aiden kicks it over to Omoruyi. fakes a pass, now drives in, lays it up, no, but he got fouled.
Getting him on the fake, and then he made one earlier and got
for the Crimson Tide. 65% shooter on the year for the Stripe, for the 6'11 standout. Here's Matthews with it for the Dogs, throws it into the low post. Melendez trying to work against Youngblood, trying to back his way down. Omoruyi comes over, and the big dog swats it away out of bounds.
It kind of looked like Mendez hit the two-step tango right there on the catch.
Get away with that in Coleman on a Friday night, but not here. He's not supposed to. It's defenders. He stops, he kicks it to Cliff, who gives it back but threw it away. Stolen, driving in, stripped and stolen by Omoruyi. Clifford with the steal from Gunkel, and here comes Bama the other way. It's Sears, top of the arc, 4-3, got it. He wanted an and one, didn't get the whistle, but man, what a play first by Omoruyi and then by Sears on the three-pointer. Out of the air and brings it the other way. Looking to tie or take the lead with a three. Bama with the ball. Youngblood in the corner. Youngblood squaring up, giving it off to Nelson. He'll dribble and hand it off to Mark. Sears on the drive, lob and the flush from the big dog.
Love that.
It's controlled by State. Here come the Dogs with Hubbard. Down low, they go to Murphy. He missed the layup. It was challenged by Cliff.
Hold it,
and Bama comes the other way. Nelson puts it up with 10.9, but a whistle blew, and Alabama will go to the free throw line. I never heard a whistle. Driving right will be Newell. Hands it off to Demery. He'll go right side of the lane, lays it up short. Rebound snatched out of the air by Omoruyi.
With nowhere to go.
Kane on the drive, left side of the lane, picks up the runner, no good. Rebounded again by Cliff. The made first free throw from Nelson. Here's Newell on the spin, the block by Nelson. Rebound fought for, but going out of bounds and not establishing position back in play before he grabbed the basketball was Godfrey. So Georgia turns it back over to the Crimson Tide.
Really nice start for Cliff Omoruyi on the defensive end. Couple of defensive rebounds, then comes over with help side defense. Nice job initially by Grant Nelson to turn him back to Cliff Omoruyi, who gets the block shot. The foul on the block shot against Mark Sears, but that's when he probably should have pump fake and take it in the lane.
Leaner from 12, no good by LaFew.
When in the lane, goes off a Bulldog.
Inbounds coming from the baseline. Sears to Nelson, back out to Sears. Mark giving it left side to Youngblood, now to Nelson in the left corner. Nelson trying to back his way down. They double team him, shoots a jump hook, wouldn't go. Tip is good though by Omoruyi, and Clifford Omoruyi playing really, really well in the last couple of ball games for the Crimson Tide.
Cliff Omoruyi with his fourth rebound, playing well on both ends of the floor.
Fires the skip pass near side, three missed. Rebound fought for Omoruyi, and Newell tied up, and the arrow's going to favor Alabama.
The strength of Cliff Omoruyi is a reason for that jump ball. That should have gone to Asa Newell.
Alabama, 6 for 14 from three. Remember, they had 15 made threes in their latest win coming into the weekend.
And right on cue, Nelson from downtown.
Yeah, they're definitely going at it. Grant Nelson has a rhythm. He's getting it going.
Godfrey, left hand won't go. Well defended by Omoruyi.
I'm Alabama. I'm going right back to Nelson.
Sears takes it all the way, slashing to the cup.
April in the real tournament.
In the big tournament.
Although New York was fun, I'm not gonna lie.
Both free throws missed. Inside will be Nelson. Gives it off to Holloway. Aiden driving baseline now. A bounce pass to Cliff. Great pass to Nelson. Layup wouldn't go, but he got fouled, or they're going to call basket interference. It's going to be goaltending. Rebounded again by Grant. That's going to be his sixth board as Holloway comes the other direction. Holloway to the free throw line. Cut off. Gives it out. Youngblood three. Bottom.
He has got such a quick and smooth release. Didn't need much space. Let it go and knocks down another three for the Tide.
14-2 run over the last 3.5 minutes. Alabama with its biggest advantage at 21. In missed the layup. Rebound control by the Dogs. Around the horn they work it to Kane again, far side. His three attempt is missed. Rebound tipped into the hands of Nelson after the original deflection from Omoruyi in the corner.
by Georgia to cut it to an 18-point game. Inside Holloway, a bounce pass to Omori. Nice reverse layup for 2. 15 to go. They'll drive and kick into the corner. Newell for 3, missed it. Rebounded by Omori for Alabama, and for Cliff, that'll be rebound number 9 for him to go with 4 points. Holloway in the paint, the handoff to Cliff. He'll drive in, he'll lay it up, count it, and he is fouled. An and one opportunity upcoming for Clifford Omoruyi. 6 points on the day, misses the free throw, but the long rebound, he rebounds his own.
Z, he'll dribble to his left and hand it off. Once again with it will be Davis. He'll drive left side, puts the runner up off the window, no good. Rebound fought for, scramble, and losing it out of bounds will be the Hogs. It'll be Bama basketball. Hog fans on their feet, including Myrtle, about 3 rows behind the basket, giving them what for. Richmond will feed it off to Big Z, fakes a 3, drives into the lane, got away with a walk, perhaps, tip, follow, no good, gives it off to Omori, pivots, goes to his right, hands it off to Nelson, spots up, 3 ball short, rebound tipped into the air and out of bounds, such last, saved by the Hogs, but to Alabama. Wagner, who looks back into the left wing to Big Z. He'll drive against Omori. He'll stop. He'll shoot a 15-footer short. Rebound, it's up by Stevenson. Flips it to Grant, who will now bring it front court. Nelson working on the left sideline. Takes it to the corner. Picks it up. Fires the pass to Sears. Mark on the drive. Wraparound pass to Omori. He slams it home, and Alabama has its biggest lead, or matches it, at 10 points. 46-36 is our score with 17:54 to go. And time Sears front court for the Crimson Tide with Bama leading by 8. Mark on the drive, gets into the lane. Bounce pass behind Omori, who did a good job trying to recover it on the deck. Scrambled out for the loose ball.
Oh, wow.
And they're going to call a tie-up, and we may have caught a break right there, Brian.
Yeah, I'm out. They did it in the first half, and since that timeout, the Razorbacks 3 of their last 3.
Need another 3 right here, or just a 2. And as you asked, so shall you receive. Mark Sears drives to the bucket, lays it up. We'll go biblical again. Seas parted for him, and he was able to get the easy 2.
Look out, Chris Youngblood with an easy lay-in.
Big Z with it on the post, working against Big Cliff. Jump hook is up, pops out, no good. We'll set it up. He'll drive right, high off the window, blocked by Avicic, and the rebound controlled by the Hogs. They throw it away, though. Phylon with the steal. LeBaron running, getting it front court, hesitates, goes down the lane, stops, spins to Omori. Cliff throws it home with the left hand over Big Z.
My goodness, Cliff Omoruyi over the 7'2" center with the left hand, and Alabama goes up 20. Baron Phylon able to finish through contact.
Davis circles away from trouble, throws it away. Picked up by Sears. We got numbers. 3 on 2. Left side, Phylon. 4-3. No. Rebound, tip, fought for. Claimed by Omori. Missed it. Got it back. Spinning. Got fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2 for the Crimson Tide, I believe. Great side, right next to the Alabama bench. We couldn't be any closer as Cliff gets the first free throw to go. They'll stop. They'll shoot a 3 on the right wing, and they'll miss, and the rebound is tipped into the hands of the Hogs. It's Knox who lost it. Cliff tried to get it. Now it's picked up by Bama. Sears to Cliff, and the big dog throws it home.
Great effort by Alabama, able to pick up the loose ball. Cliff Omoruyi with the run out.
Forward for the Crimson Tide to Nelson, who pivots on the left wing, throws a lob, Cliff the flush, and that will quiet the crowd.
And that's why you call the timeout, to set up that set play. Alabama doesn't run a lot of set plays. They will after timeouts.
Rolled by the Longhorns. They've got it front court to our left. They work to Shedrick, driving right at Grant Nelson. Missed the layup as Nelson challenged him well. There's a scramble for a loose ball, and it's picked up by Stevenson for Alabama. Flips it ahead to Youngblood.
Some jumpers.
Longhorns work it in, finding Pope. He shoots too strong, but the weak side rebound is grabbed by Kaluma. Fight for the loose ball after his miss, and it's picked up by Clifford Omoruyi, who gives it off to Sears. Mark hurries into the front court, stops on the wing, shoots a 3, knocks it home. Omoruyi couldn't handle the hot pass from Phylon, and here come the Horns the other way. Driving will be Larry, a no-look pass inside, blocked by Cliff, and taken away by Phylon. We got numbers if we hurry. Phylon going down the lane to the rim, lays it up and in for 2.
Love to see a senior and a veteran doing things even when your shot's not falling, you're not scoring at your typical rate, making plays to help your team win.
Both free throws good from Sears, and Bama leads it by 11. Check that. A 9-point lead, 33-24. Longhorns with a basket for the ball. Phylon now with 3:22 to go in the half. LeBaron on the drive, going down the lane. Nice pass to Cliff, who throws it in. Hands of Larry front court. He'll flip it into the far corner. Johnson stepping back for a three, missed it. Rebound tip, scrambled. Amori able to claim it for the Tide, and now Bama will run, and we got numbers. Sears, front court, around to Holloway. Kicks into the corner, back to it. Three-ball bottom. Great unselfish play. Chris Youngblood giving it back where it came from to Holloway. 45-31.
Alabama shooting 65% from the field.
Johnson fires a pass inside. Blocked by Amori and Nelson. Now the Tide works it ahead to Holloway. Aiden going down the lane. Has it knocked away and got fouled in the process.
Well, how about Grant Nelson doing the job on both ends of the floor? Got off to a slow start in this game, but had the tough finish through contact midway through the first half. But since then, he has been so good on both ends of the floor. He's got 7 points now, 3 rebounds. He and Cliff Omoruyi combined for the block shot that started the Alabama fast break.
Sears working it off of a screen, drives down the lane, throws it over to Omoruyi, couldn't handle the pass, got it back, kicks it over to Phylon. 7 of 11 is Bama from bank first, 3-point range. Timeout, Texas. 35 seconds to go in the half. Looking for help, finds Sears. Thought about it, now with one, he'll let it fly from 8 feet. Hits the back of the iron, no good, but rebounded by Amori on the weak side.
Finished through contact.
Bama with a 19-point lead, 53-34. Inside they work it. Shot attempt, blocked again. I think Amori got a piece of that one. 11, so be there for a college game day. Whether you got tickets or not, we'd love to see you in town. Mark Sears will be there. And man, he was in there on that last play, laid it up and in for 2 more. Little shake and bake move, goes to his right. Tried to throw a bounce pass and went off the leg of a horn, but picked up by Bama. Phylon driving now, a little floater from the lane, no good. Amori clears it, back to LeBaron in the corner. 3-ball bottom. Well, Tide does it again.
And it's great to see LeBaron continue to play well and shoot well. Give him some confidence going into the home stretch of the SEC season.
Phylon to inbound it. Looking. Gets it to Sears all alone. 3. That was so nice. And a defensive mistake by Tremont Martin. Sears made him pay.
Yeah, it was wide open. And that's the advantage of having your team on your side in the second half. Nate Oates calls exactly what he wants. He gets the shot from the player he wants, and Mark Sears extends the lead.
Which is their biggest advantage, which was 9-0. Inside they go to Broom. Bama double teams initially. Now he spins away and he walks. Or did he hook? He committed a foul. It'll be a foul on Janai Broom, hooking the man guarding him. Was that Stevenson trying to guard him in the post?
Cliff Omoruyi in the post.
Gotcha.
Hooked him with that offhand as he tried to spin to the baseline. Good defense by Cliff Omoruyi, and Alabama gets it back with a chance to cut in to this 9-point Tiger lead.
First foul on Broom. Court driving right, looking to his left, plays off of a screen, gives it off. Youngblood, deep 3, no, and the rebound Amori. Cliff gets it back out to Mark. Deep 3, no good. Rebound Amori. Amori back over to Holloway. Deep 3, bottom. Third time's the charm as Bama gets it done and pulls to within 4.
And the 10th time is your charm. Alabama was 0 for 9 before that Aiden Holloway made 3.
Now it's Broom working against Amori. Spinning left, spinning right, into the paint, spinning again, missing badly. Great defense, Amori. Well, who will hand it off to Kelly for 3. It's no good. Rebounded by Amori. Cliff keeping Janai off the glass, and here's Holloway the other way for Bama. Aiden Holloway made a 3 a moment ago, now gives it off Nelson. Fakes a 3, driving, dishing. Stevenson, 3, bottom. 2 for 2. 2 in a row for Alabama from bank first. 3-point range.
Great job by Grant Nelson. Had an open 3. He pump faked, drove the lane. The defense took 1 step toward him. That's why Jaren Stevenson was open. And he knocks down another 3 for Bama.
8-0 run for the Tide, back within 1. Auburn trying to end it, can't. Broom hits the iron from deep. It goes over the backboard. He wasn't having any luck around the rim. It goes over the glass from 3. And the Tide will have the ball and momentum when we come back to Auburn. Tigers up 4 with the ball. They get it to Broom in the low post. Broom dribbling to his right, spinning to his right, now spinning left, shooting blocked by Amori, and Cliff takes it away. Omoruyi with a help defense, getting the block, and now Sears comes the other way. Up top to Mo, thought about a three, drives against Cardwell, gets into the paint, up strong, no, but he's fouled, and Mohamed Diabate will go to the line. Moment, Tigers get it top of the arc. A three is off the mark, no good. Rebound again, snatched out of the air by Mo. That is his 7th. Rebound to lead everybody, and Omoruyi with that rebound. Now Darion Reed on the drive, got fouled.
Has not.
Omoruyi to Stevenson. He'll drive to his right. He'll get to the rim. He'll go with the reverse layup and got it to go around Janai Broome. And we're down 14. Inside, Omoruyi goes in, lays it up and in for 2. A beautiful move from Clifford.
Going to halftime up 9, and you come out and shoot 70% through the first 8 minutes. That is tough to handle.
Jones to Broome all alone. Top of the arc, 3 is well short. Rebounded Sears. And Bama can cut it to 10 or less with a 3. Sears to Mo. The lob to Cliff. And the reverse slam. And the lid came off the place. And let's see if we can keep it that way. It's looking like the National Player of the Year. Broome misses the second. Omoruyi snatches another one out of the sky. Bama with a basketball. Diabate to Philon. Philon driving the lane, throws the lob. Cliff, the tip, no good, but he got fouled. Omoruyi shooting the first of 2 for the Tide. And Jones into the low post to Broome. Working against Omoruyi. Broome calling for a clear out. Shoots a fall away. Short. Rebounded by the Tide. Here comes Philon. A chaser behind him. Philon throws the lob. Cliff got it to go. Count it. He is fouled. And an and one opportunity upcoming.
Boy, it didn't look great as LeBaron Philon threw the high lob, and the ball got stuck on the rim, but he took the contact, and what a play by Cliff Omoruyi to catch it and finish through contact. Gets the friendly roll, not the typical alley-oop dunk that we're used to seeing from Cliff Omoruyi, but a huge stop and three-point play opportunity for Big Cliff.
I've seen the ball wedge between the backboard and the rim. I've seen it stop on the back of the rim. I thought it was going to stop on the side of the rim for a second. Omoruyi trying to convert and does the and one.
Ole Miss and Vandy, and then Florida and LSU will bring in Mardi Gras in Baton Rouge. We'll see you there.
Been able to kick it out for shots or attack the rim, and that's from the backcourt.
There's Missouri at 8-4. 5th in the league. They're a couple of games behind Alabama and Auburn. Those are the 2 teams at the top of the SEC. And they've got one of them down nearly 20 in their building, which is arguably the toughest home court advantage in college basketball this year. Sears, wide open 3 just before the horn.
Area, let him go to work, and going to work he does.
Cliff Omoruyi back in. Omoruyi fouled. Arkansas and South Carolina. Philon splits a pair into the corner. Sherrell got his man of the year. Gets rid of it. Philon resets and connects.
It's unbelievable. A, the defense is great. B, the offense may be even better. Again, right at the buzzer.
Omoruyi switches back on. Gray was coming to set the screen for Perkins. Perkins, bounce pass. Gray goes up, got his hands on it. And Omoruyi, a run in your conference tournament. Remember UConn did that a couple of times.
How about North Carolina State last year?
That's right, winning the ACC. Youngblood after a scramble. Look at the reach of Omoruyi that's in that first half.
It's an attack mode. They've got guys from all
there in Missouri. When Brill scores more than 12, they're unbeaten. He's got 16.
And the 1-3-1 trap. Sears gets back to the half court.
Inside to Youngblood, puts it up. Omoruyi could not convert the follow. And Missouri, look at this, they could stretch this lead back even further. They're up by 13 again. Brill to the basket, gets blocked.
The pass goes to Sears on the right wing. Mark trying to shake free, gets bumped, goes to the rack, hands it off. And Alabama draws first blood.
He was going to shoot the floater or throw it to Cliff Omoruyi, He ends up missing the floater break hustle from Grant Nelson. Just unfortunately gets called for the foul.
Cats throw it into the low post to Carr, spinning to his right. Wraparound pass deflected. Take it away. Stevenson now to Clifford, over to Philon, who's checked back in. LeBaron playing off of a screen, flips it to Youngblood, driving to the block, puts it up with the offhand and got it to go. Great handoff to Philon, who brings it front court. LeBaron to the left wing with the dribble, gives it off to Sears. Driving down the lane, off the wrong foot, got it to go anyway. The slam to give Kentucky a 20-9 lead. Nelson feeding it to Alabama's Mohamed Diabate, and he got hacked.
Gets it back. Got to get going on both ends of the floor.
Nelson with it, top of the arc. Looks to his right, Sears. Catch and shoot, 3-ball. We'll take our chances with that all night long. A bank first three. It will be away. Fall away jumper is no good as it hung on the rim 4 times, but it goes back into the hands of Oway. Drives in, blocked, batted around, out of bounds, touch last by Clifford Omoruyi of Allen, the best in the country, but it wouldn't stay down. Bama remains down by 6. Williams with the basketball. Backdoor look, driving in. Perry got hacked, no whistle, we'll take it. Here comes the Tide the other way. Philon to drive, the lob, and Cliff the finish. Timeout Kentucky as Alabama is pulled to within 4.
What a pass by LeBaron Philon. It was a 2-on-1, made the defense commit.
Goes to his left, goes through defenders, kicks it over to Cliff, who fires a pass to Aiden. A deep three. He was driving, gives it over on the wing. They dump it into the low post. Cat spinning with Garrison to his left. His strong hand missed it. Long rebound tipped out, grabbed by Philon. We got 2-on-2. Philon left wing, 3, no good. Weak side rebound. Youngblood got fouled, no whistle, but it's out into the hands of Philon again. LeBaron on the drive, hesitates, stays on the left wing. Looking down low for Mo, can't get it to him. He'll drive right. He'll go with a bounce pass. There's Mo for 2.
Beautiful high pick and roll and the smart play. LeBaron Philon with a bounce pass and Mo Diabate with the easy dunk.
Fake and a pass. There's Holloway for 3. In and out, no good. Rebounded Cliff, and he'll slam it down.
I can't believe Holloway missed that one. It was
back out to Brea. Brea between the circles. Goes to his right off of a screen. Stops. Goes left. Gets into the paint. Stops. Bounce pass. Deflected by Youngblood. Scramble. Loose ball. Picked up by Brea. Gives it over. 3-ball. Perry. It's a brick. Rebound. Mo, Cliff, Holloway, Youngblood on the floor for the Tide. Aiden's with it. He'll drive. He'll stop. He'll flip it to Cliff. Gives it back to him. Catch and shoot. 3 bottom. To Brea, drives baseline cutoff, steps back, deep contested jumper, no good. Rebound tipped into the hands of Sears. Here's the Tide front court with a 6-point lead. Sears to the top of the arc, over to Stevenson. Catch and shoot, 3, no good. Rebound tipped, and a foul's going to be whistled on Kentucky. Now to go with 6 points. First trip to the stripe for him, and he knocks it down. For Omoruyi, the transfer from Rutgers. Second try, perfect as well. Bama the other way. Nelson to dribble, the handoff. Philon gets it to the rim, hands it off. Cliff couldn't get it to go, but got fouled by Brea. 15 minutes of action for the Crimson Tide. Second free throw is up. That one's perfect. Wing, he will look, he'll dribble. He'll back his way down now against Cliff. He gets into the paint, he spins, he shoots, and he misses. And Cliff has his 10th rebound of the game to go with his 9 points. And here, Williams, top of the arc, hands it off to Brea. Brea will drive, puts it up, missed it. Rebounded Stevenson after Omoruyi forced him to change the shot. Bama gets it front court with Philon. Working inside the paint, puts it up. Too strong off the window, and the rebound claimed by Kentucky and Andrew Carr. He'll hurry the other way. He'll go all the way to the rim, hands it off to Williams, or tried to, deflect it out of bounds. No, they say it was Carr who ran out of real estate before after another Bama turnover. That's their 12th. Here's Garrison, lays it up, missed it. Here comes Kentucky front court with Perry. Perry to Williams, top of the arc. Now Brea on the drive, gets into the paint, stops, spins, shoots, no good.
Named Mark Sears as he rose up and knocked down a dagger.
Brea had the shot altered by Cliff. He missed it. Here's Bama the other way with 1:44. Sears breaking down the defender, gives it off. Youngblood, 3, bottom. Timeout Kentucky, and listen to this crowd. Philon gives it to Nelson. Ahead to Youngblood. Chris will throw the exclamation point from Big Cliff. Let the big dog eat.
So they're going to call that more often than not.
Hubbard to Kugel on the far wing. Drives, dishes into the paint. Matthews, leader off the window, no good. Rebounded by Cliff. He had 14 the other night. Thought he was going to get an and one opportunity. Instead, it's just the field goal that gives Bama a 6-5 lead. Kugel with the basketball. Driving inside the arc. Goes to his left. Hands it off to Keyshawn Murphy, who's checked into the game. Murphy will hand it off to Kugel. Good defense. Philon knocked it away once, almost twice, but maintained possession is State. Murphy ran out of real estate, stepped on the baseline. He threw the ball away anyway. It was going to be a steal by Grant Nelson, even if it had been called a traveling violation, but thankfully it was.
Well, it was a great job defensively by Chris Youngblood at 6'3", guarding a 6'9" center. Forced the turnover.
Here's Philon with it, center of the floor, over to Sears, near wing three. Man, that's pretty.
Mississippi State has not had much on the offensive end. You know where they're going to go with Hubbard back in.
Philon with the basketball for Alabama, going to his right, drives down the lane, high out the window, no. Cliff, absolutely yes, with a follow. Here comes Philon front court for Alabama with 9:17 and ticking time left. First half here at Coleman Coliseum. Philon of the drive, stopping, circling, back out to Sears, to Cliff, back to Mark. Mark spins off the screen, gets into the paint, stops, gets mugged, bounce pass into the corner, goes to Stevenson. Jaron fires one to Philon, all alone, three. Knocking down another bank first three, their fifth on 9 tries. Hughes with the basketball, kicks it over onto the far wing. They'll throw it into the low post. It's batted away and stolen. Here comes Sears the other way. Mark driving the lane, stopping on the left block, backing it out to the wing, going baseline again, flips it over his head to Nelson. Now to Youngblood. Oh, man, is it a fun day at the office. Cliff, give it back to him. Oh, it wouldn't go, and Cliff rebounds the miss. Bama should get another try. Youngblood on the wing, looking to Cliff, back to CY. He'll try one. That's fine.
Does he love playing against Mississippi State? Had 7 threes in the first matchup, and he is hot here in the first half.
He's only got 4 points. 45-24, Bama with a lead. The lob to Cliff, and he throws it home, but a beautiful feed from Art Sears. Keeps it out to Philon on the wing, back to Mark. 6 to shoot. Down to Cliff in the post. Lays it up and got it to go. Omoruyi back to Sears. Mark on the wing. Gives it over near side Nelson. Going to the rack. Able to finish for another big slam. Grant with 4.
Be shocked if they did. They're getting after it on the defensive end. Alabama's got to be strong with the ball.
Bama will inbound it to Cliff. That's a good idea. Throw it up where he can get it. Now here's Youngblood. He'll try a 3. That's a good idea. Throw it to him where he can shoot it, and he makes another bank first 3 for Youngblood. Philon to Mark. Let it go, baby. Too strong there. And the rebound's tip. Fault force.
A miss does not deter him. Keep shooting good shots.
Great call behind us.
He hasn't eaten either.
Yeah, neither either. Here's Bama going to Sears. Top of the arc, 3, no good. Rebound tip twice, grabbed by Cliff, and he lays it in for 2.
Stevenson, the example.
To me, Jimmy, they're at their best when they're running the basketball. When they're getting the boards and getting the ball out in transition, they're as good as anybody in the country.
Yeah.
Check out the last foul, guys, was called on Lanier. Top of the key, 3 good Philon, and he is playing above his skis right now.
You don't dare any guard for Alabama to shoot the basketball. They have a fearless approach about pulling from 3. Philon not a high percentage guy, but he can make them when they have to.
30
time.
They're just not coming off as shooters on any penetration. That's the respect they have for Alabama at 3.
Sears gets bumped and then has a release and a foul from behind on Dubar. What a
years ago, Elgin Baylor, one of the greatest.
Wanted to walk on Omoruyi, he didn't get it. Now Sears with 5. He goes to his left again, finds Omoruyi again, and he gets 2. Alabama rebound.
Good job by Bama, though, to stay in front of that ball, man. That is so key.
Philon, the floater, no. And a tussle, and it's
single right there for that shot.
It was there.
You were right. It was there. I like that. It was there, Colorado.
Sears, pretty pass.
And so was that. That
is a prayer for me that gave me some inspiration. How many guys do that? I love the man. To me, a Hall of Fame humanitarian.
Right, no doubt. And to that check, it speaks to the culture of Tennessee basketball. It's not about me, and they all came together for your cause today, Coach, as Alabama, again, so good.
Yeah.
Out of the timeouts in this game.
He rises. That's too strong, and the battle won by Omoruyi.
Out, trying to get Lanier freed up for a jump shot.
Okpara backs in. Great defense, Omoruyi. Still 7 on the clock. Ziegler dribbled right into a near turnover. Throws it up. And that does not draw the iron. Here comes Alabama.
He tried to split the defense.
Philon finds Omoruyi. No call on Meshack. Stevenson in traffic, nowhere to go. 5 on the shot clock. Sears is gonna fire it. Oh, what a shot!
Talk about money. Talk about a superstar coming up big in an environment away from home.
They don't need a 3, even though they're down 3. As Gainey finds Okpara. No good. Rebound in traffic, Nelson.
Condon getting another touch on the low block, trying to back down Omoruyi. Gets deep in the lane and kicks it out. Alabama, the #1 scoring team in the country. They're #1 in rebounds. Florida #3. Condon misses. Alabama looks to run. Both teams love to get up and down the floor. Alabama has 8 games this year where it scored more than 100.
Elijah Martin guarding Mark Sears. He's got size and he's really tough.
Sears puts it in for the game's first points.
Baskets, shot fakes, getting fouled, and he can drill it from deep.
Has that terrific footwork like Brunson. How about the defense? Omoruyi with the swat on Chinyalu.
Terrific drop pass by Walter Clayton Jr. and Cliff Omoruyi, who was all defensive team when he was at Rutgers. See both teams do that throughout the course of the game. They're very good at guarding the three-point line.
Florida with 4 wins against ranked teams this year, including a victory at #1 Auburn. Alabama. Sears scores again. Hudson thought about it, hesitates, now drives, attacks, good feed underneath, and the basket by Omoruyi. Shot clock at 8. Good defense in the half court by Alabama. Richards stripped, got it back with 2, and it's going to be a shot clock violation. Much tougher possession for Alabama on that side of the court.
On every dribble handoff action, Alabama's done a great job of blowing those up. Florida's done a pretty darn good job on the defensive glass, but another knockaway.
Bad turnovers in transition by Florida. Pull up 3. Sears hits. Alabama by 2 with 90 seconds left in the half, and a timeout by Florida.
That you really can't quantify. He has been excellent.
Youngblood gets it to roll home off the glass. Points for Florida, back in the starting lineup after coming off the bench the last couple of games. He was hurt against Mississippi State a handful of games ago. Philon's spot up 3 is good.
Just an excellent find by Mark Sears.
Sears lead on the road.
Yet another defender on Mark Sears. Denzel Aberdeen, who's an outstanding defender.
Sears leaning in, and Aberdeen fouls him. His 7-point lead. Florida matching its largest of the day.
As soon as Condon makes that handoff, he just gets right to the rim. And you can throw it up to him. He's big.
A 4-point possession.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that drives Nate Oates nuts, is giving up an offensive rebound off a missed free throw.
Omoruyi with the basket and a foul. At the line trying to complete the 3-point play. Out in attendance. Walter Clayton's making some money tonight as a scorer and the distributor. Nice move by Philon in the lane.
Doesn't mean that a top team from another league isn't going to win the championship this year. It doesn't mean Houston isn't going to win it or Duke isn't going to win it. That's not what I'm saying. But Just an incredible lead, top to bottom.
5 for Florida. Hauk gets a good look. Front rim, no. And they're going to call Condon for the foul.
This 11-point lead.
Omoruyi.
Bama with 8.
The shot clock at 7. Here's Richard. Richard double, fight through it. Richard with 2, 3 on the way. Short. Rebound Sears looking to run. Alabama trying to get a fast break opportunity. Made his last 3. Bonus for the last couple of fouls. Oh, Omoruyi knocks down 4 straight. 1 minute to go. Got to have it possession here for Mark Sears in Alabama. Sears trying to lob it up, and he did to Omoruyi, who slams it down.
Alabama needs to finish at the rim here today against the Tigers.
Clifford Omoruyi with the basketball, right wing, hands it off to Youngblood. He'll drive inside the arc, goes into the lane. Tough shot off the window and in. He looked off the defender, laid it up anyway, and ties it at 2, 1:10 into this one. Jones near side, Baker Mazzara looking into the low post to Broom, posting up on Cliff. He'll back his way down, he'll spin, he'll shoot it off the window, no, rebounded by Cliff. Fort goes to the right wing with a dribble, spins away from a defender, gets into the paint, stops, bounce pass over to Cliff, fires it back out to Youngblood. Chris fakes a pass, shoots it in the lane, and got the roll. 7-4 lead. Jones throwing it into the paint to Broom, working against Cliff. He'll spin into a double team, fall away shot, no good. And the rebound claimed by Philon, and Auburn's got a man down. That is Chad Baker Mazzara. And hit the back of the iron. Now Baker Mazzara for 3, no good. And the rebound snatched out of the air by Omoruyi. Here comes Bama back the other way with Philon. 7-4 Bama. Philon going into the lane, puts it up short, rebounded by Cliff. Spin, shoots, counted, and he is fouled. Another and one opportunity upcoming for the Crimson Tide.
Well, Alabama getting on the offensive glass, back-to-back aggressive moves. The first one, Grant Nelson doesn't get the dunk attempt to go down, but love how he attacked the rim. And Cliff Omoruyi, second chance opportunity, took the contact, able to finish through it, giving Alabama a chance for their second and one here in the first 4 minutes.
Jump. Free throw upcoming from Omoruyi. It's good, and Bama's got a 10-4 lead. Mazzara against Youngblood. Step back 3, no good. Rebounded by Cliff. Jones trying to drive against Sears. Steps back, deep 3, rattles out, no good. Rebound tipped and controlled by Philon. Bama will push it. LeBaron weaving through traffic. Gets it into the front court. Philon working to his right, spinning left, double team, works away from it. Philon near side Nelson. Grant on the drive. Slips, stops, needs help. Looking, gives it off near side. Philon in the paint, jump stop, bounce pass to Cliff, lays it up and in for 2. Here's with the basketball. Jones with it out high, gives it off to Johnson. Now far side Broom, trying to back his way down, double team, threw it away. Fight for the loose ball, and getting hit in the face by Auburn was Youngblood. It was Chad Baker Mazzara who hit Youngblood in the eye, I believe.
Listen, he got hit
previous
hard
action
in the face.
Under review.
And at first look, and listen, Chad Baker Mazzara has had his issues with getting kicked out of games and questionable intention. I don't think he had any bad intent on that.
Yeah,
I just thought it was
two guys
it
going
was
for
an
a ball.
aggressive follow through that hit Chris Youngblood hard in the face, but I just thought that was a good hard basketball play that unfortunately hit Chris Youngblood in the face.
They have it center of the court. They'll work to the right wing. Nate's right in the way, I can't see. They miss a 3, rebound weak side by Auburn, but a foul's going to be called on the Tigers and Chris Moore.
Range jumper, knocked down a couple of those against Florida, but Alabama needs their preseason All-American to play well here in the second half.
Nelson with the basketball, fires it to Omoruyi, who takes the dribble and hands it to Philon. He'll drive underneath, tough reverse layup, left hand, got it to go. LeBaron Philon, a beautiful move at the rim around Janai Broom, and we're tied at 50.
Yeah, one of the best shot blockers in college basketball. LeBaron Philon took it right at him. I believe that's his first field goal.
Hands it back. Pettiford back up top. They go with it to Johnson. 3-ball miss, and the rebound controlled by the Crimson Tide. Stevenson to Sears as Bama runs the other way, throwing it down low to Cliff, the lob and 2. What a feed from Mark Sears beyond the timeline, and Clifford throws it down, and Bama's back to within 3 with 14 minutes to play. Goes to his left, now backs it out, goes to his left again.
drives, gets underneath, hands it off. Cliff threw it home with the left hand over Janai Broome. What a play as Bama is back to within one.
Grant Nelson on Dylan Cardwell in the first half. This time Clifford Omoruyi on Janai Broome. What a finish. Got two hands on him. They're going to call that, and that's a tough, correct call on Clifford Omoruyi. A mistake by the senior as he was pumped up. At
10:35 to go here in Auburn. Pettiford with a basketball. Up top to Broome, near side. He'll feed it off to Kelly. Off the bounce, a three is missed. Rebound tipped into the hands of Omoruyi. It was Diabate that got the deflection. Now here comes Holloway the other way. Holloway on the wing. Holloway driving, stopping, gets underneath the basket, kicks it into the corner to Sears. Mark driving to the rim, kicks it back to Mo, cutting in, hands it off to Cliff, and he throws it home with authority.
Well, the unselfish play, a couple of extra passes, ultimately to Cliff Omoruyi, who throws down another one.
Biggest lead of the game for Bama. A 9-0 run has given the Tide an 8-point lead with 9:55 to go. Here is Philon again to Nelson. Hands it back to LeBaron. Playing off the screen from Grant. Drives down the lane. Back he goes to Cliff. Hands it off to Sears. Mark going baseline. Looks, fires. Nelson for three in the lead. Bottom! 77-76 Bama. A huge bank first three. Grant Nelson's first field goal of the second half gives Bama a 77-76 lead. 2:54 to go.
And it against one of the best shot blockers in college basketball. What a move by Nelson.
Broome from 15. Brick. Rebound tipped down by a bucket. 81-79. Here is Philon the other way. Philon to his left. Philon down the lane. Puts it up. No. Yes, though, from Cliff Omoruyi. Another flush from Big Cliff. Playing with 4 fouls. He's got 13 points to go with 7 rebounds now, and we are tied at 81.
LeBaron Philon put it up high and soft, and Big Cliff able to go up and throw it down.
Right. Sears stopping top of the arc. Sears into the corner. Nelson had his 3-attempt block. Omoruyi got it and threw it home again. The big fella.
Alabama with a couple of open looks, but second and third chance opportunities, and Grant Nelson with a tough play over Auburn.
Cardwell up top, Broome in the lane, leaner, no. Rebound tipped and controlled by Philon. Court, he steps between Clifford Omoruyi of the Tide and Amari Williams of the Cats. Taps control to the backcourt to our right by Alabama, and we are underway from Nashville. Philon with it, dribbling to the right of the circle. He will throw a lob down low in the flush from Clifford Omoruyi, and the Tide attacks early.
Yeah, beautiful set play.
As we're underway, 2-0 Bama. Williams with it in the low post. Working against Omoruyi. Little jump hook with the left hand, no good. Front court for the Crimson Tide, working against Perry. Plays off of a screen, drives to the elbow, lobs it for Cliff, and he throws it home. And the first half, a 7-0 run from the Cats, answering the 8-0 run for Alabama. Here now is Sears trying to drive. Gets into the paint, had it knocked away, got it back. Scramble on the deck, ball still a battle for. Cliff took it away to Philon. He'll weave through traffic with 8 to shoot. Over to Mark at 7, at 6. Mark at 5, at 4. Nice feed, Diabate at 2, lays it up and in. Other way, throws it onto the far wing. They work it back out now to Barea. Again thinking about a 3 as Cliff will guard him well away from the basket. Barea trying to break him down. Barea with it far side. Barea stepping back. Another 3 missed. Rebound. A great box out by Sears. Flips it ahead to Philon. Running. Dishing. Youngblood. Corner 3. No. Rebounded Cliff underneath. And he throws it home for 2 more. Pass goes to Holloway. Aiden on the left wing. Driving to his left. Gets to the baseline. Gets cut off. Circles back out to Cliff. He'll hand it back to Aiden. He'll go left. Throws it down low to Cliff. Puts up a tough shot. It
dunks. Missed open layups. Alabama getting what they want on the offensive end.
Get off to Sears between the circles. Mark playing off of a screen, gives it off to Cliff, driving to the basket, lays it up, wouldn't go, but he got fouled and team from the free throw line of the night. 1 of 2 for Cliff as the second one drops. Brea leaving it for Owe. Drives in, high floater off the window, no. Rebound claimed by Cliff, and now Mark will push it ahead to Philon. LeBaron stopping on the near wing, keeping the dribble alive. Crosses over against Carr. Stops, gives it off to Cliff, who hands it back to LeBaron for 3. Bottom.
How about LeBaron Philon had 13 in the first half.
Faction and Ruben Chinulu screens off Cliff Omoruyi. He screens help better than any big.
Omoruyi at the line for the tie to transfer from. You win games in so many different ways. And the pace, but he's got the green light, and he seems to make them at big times.
Yeah, you don't want to let him get his feet set and dare him to shoot it.
Through the catch under the basket, and he gets it out to Martin. Condon, just a sophomore as well, from Perth, Australia. Martin, the lob for Condon. Really caught under the basket, blocked from behind and blocked again. And it'll be Alabama ball when we come back.
Points last night against Missouri. He was 7 of 9, one of the toughest players in the country.
Boy, Klobuchar really sticking his nose in there against Steve today. Jolin, and you and I, first and foremost, are both just concerned.
Klobuchar with a little handoff, then came back to the ball and got a screen from Condon. Beautiful.
A couple of times when this happened, got a chance to play and came in and started knocking down shots. Kind of just forced his way into the rotation. They had some.
My neck hurts.
33-29, less than 10 minutes in.
How fun is this?
Aberdeen, the turnaround. And it's going against the Gators.
Nelson had to put some pressure on Clayton. How are you going to get in front of Chinulu?
As you mentioned, the Gators, one of the very best offensive rebounding teams in the country. The floater for Sears and the soft touch.
Terrific start to this game.
Will Richard back into the game for Florida. Condon playing with 2 fouls. Can't get the shot off. Good defense by Omoruyi. Now Omoruyi switches out onto Clayton. Left the 3 short, and it, Bolton, you and I had a game a couple of months ago when we asked him about Martin coming over, and he said, you know, we thought it would be great, but you don't know how it's going to be until you actually see it on the court. Well, everybody in the country can see that it's working extremely well. Chris Youngblood, another 3, his 3rd of the game.
Then moves to an open area. It's just so difficult to stay with them. It's not like Chris Youngblood did a bad job. It's just Walter
Chinulu. So he will come out in Florida paying off. They've got him.
He's played 9 minutes. He's got 9 rebounds.
Yep.
He's been great. And the bench has made a huge impact in this game. Aberdeen's one of them.
Blocked.
Jared Stevenson will bring it front court for Alabama. Gives it off to Philon on the left wing. LeBaron will throw the lob and throwing it home for 2 is Cliff. It's the Colonials. Woods will bring it to the left wing. He'll throw a lob, and Cliff knocked it out of the air. Court stripe, works it between the rings, now goes to the right wing. Stops on the baseline, spins, shoots it over. The Bama traveled
as he was hitting the deck, able to dump it off.
Basketball for Bama. Youngblood top of the arc. His 3 is off the mark. Rebound tipped twice into the air by Mo, and then picking it up is Youngblood. Nice feed to Cliff, who throws it home for 2. He'll stop. He'll fire it back out to Cliff at the elbow, back to Holloway on the near wing. 15 to shoot, whips a pass inside, and Cliff lays it in with a left hand. What a screen does Aiden. Now to LeBaron, driving down the lane, throws the lob. Cliff caught it, reverse layup in for 2, and they cannot guard the 6'11" big dog underneath the basket.
Well, they haven't heard a report yet, but a tough call on that end once again.
Lob goes to Cliff, and he finishes strong by Stevenson. Now they go to Omojafo, who will drive, puts it up, blocked by Cliff, but back into the hand.
Missing the open 3.
Philon with the basketball, working to the top of the arc. Drives, throws the lob. Cliff throws it down again to Dickerson, top of the arc. Dickerson, a dribble or 2, now goes down the lane. Fires a pass to Woods, fakes a 3, drives in, right at Cliff, had it blocked. Ball stripped away, ball knocked out of bounds. Touch Stevenson. Jared with the ball, handing it off to Cliff. He hands it off to Mark. He'll drive left side, throws the lob, and Cliff again throws it home. Kicks. Sears now splitting defenders, throws the lob, and Cliff throws it home. Woods trying to work against Omoruyi. They'll throw it into the low post to Plett. Sears trying to hang on for dear life. Loses the handle, picks up the dribble, a backdoor feed to Woods, throws the lob to nobody. In Cleveland, driving. Morauskas, little baseline leader, wouldn't go. Rebound fought for and batted into the air, and Cliff up above everybody, able to save it for the Tide. Now the outlet pass to Mark, who drives it front court, gets downhill, tough leaner up and off the window, drives to the right block, stops, a bounce pass inside, and missing
The left-handed hook was Wessels. The rebound again by Nelson, and Bama will come the other way. Grant left alone. Spots up. Three. Bomb. And Bama takes it away. Here comes Phylon to Cliff. To Reed, who lays it in for two. Rebounded Sherrill, and the rebound controlled by Bama. Quick outlet pass to Holloway. The lob to play for Cliff.
Throw line 10 times, make it 8.
Second free throw missed. Rebound tip, fought for. Amori has it to the basketball. To Phylon. LeBaron right side. Down low to Nelson. Hands it off to Cliff. The big left-handed dunk to the elbow and then backs it out beyond the arc. Now he'll drive. Puts up the lob. And the big dog eats again. With it at the elbow. Flips it over to Cliff. Hands it off to Sears. Rises. Fires. Misses the three. Cliff the board. To Aiden for three. Bottom.
A huge offensive rebound by Cliff Omoruyi and found the best shooter on the floor.
Oss again, spinning away into the paint, stopping, looking, wraparound pass, batted away.
Smart's played the last couple of possessions on the offensive end. Want to give him the ball.
Free throw miss. Cliff clears it. Now here comes Holloway front court after the outlet from Grant to Mark, who's feeling it. Weaving through traffic. The lob. Oh! The reverse slam. Hello.
Oh my goodness. Cliff Omoruyi from the beautiful pass of Mark Sears twists and throws it down backwards to extend the Alabama lead.
7:21 to play. Bama 64, St. Mary's 53 on the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Mark says, my turn. Comes the other way. Goes left. Steps through. Lobs it. Cliff throws it home. Marshalonis hands it off. Saxon lays it up. Block. Out of bounds. Touch last by the Gales. Great defense. Clifford Omoruyi to their big fella. Wessels. Shooting badly. Bama lead. Trying to get back for the third straight year to the Sweet 16. Reverse layup. Blocked by Cliff. Now to Chris. Back to Cliff. Now to Mark. Mark going baseline. They left him alone, and that wasn't a good move. Saunders with the basketball. Handing it off to Baker, who brings it down the lane. Stops, throws it. Batted away by Cliff. Into the hands of Darion. Beautiful bounce pass. Ahead to Grant for the plunge.
Mo Diabate actually a really good three-point shooter.
Grant playing through contact on the inbounds. Couldn't get it to go. Cliff battles at the bottom of the pile. Still a scramble going on. A tie-up, and the arrow is going to favor BYU, but you love the hustle at the bottom of that pile. Clifford Omoruyi.
That was well defended by Mag, but Mark able to knock it down.
And a walk by BYU. Mag tried to run right into the teeth of the Bama defense. Nelson and Omoruyi stopped him in his tracks. It was Saunders top of the arc. Steps back, shoots a three, misses. Rebound is claimed by Cliff. Omoruyi went up high and then got fouled.
In the paint, tried to get two right there.
Omoruyi, I should say. And he hits him away. Hall with it on the far wing, trying to shake free. He'll throw a lob out of bounds. Comes the other way after Cliff's rebound. Here's Mark to the top of the arc. Down low to Cliff for the flush. Able to keep his balance and possession. Gives it off to Boscovich, who gives it back to him, or tried to, but it's deflected by Cliff. Picked up by Grant. Sears hesitates, backs it out, being defended tightly. Gives it off to Cliff. Drives in, lays it up.
Cliff Omoruyi on a high pick and roll. Giving Cliff opportunity, but gets to the line for two.
It's Sears looking for Cliff. Can't get it to him. To Grant. To Mark. To Grant. The lob. Cliff the flush.
What beautiful passing by Alabama. First Mark Sears, the lob from Grant Nelson. Cliff this time rises up and throws it down.
Kevin
can have, excuse me.
Cater with a basketball to Saunders. He'll put up the teardrop to the baseline, no good. Rebound tip, controlled by Cliff. Giving it to Holloway. He'll shoot it again. It is no good. Rebounded by Cliff, and he got fouled by Stewart at the stripe. Hitting with 12:42 to go. And that outlawed. Baker able to save it. Kicks it into the corner. Stewart hands it off. Traore spinning.
Look down.
Mark
I like this one, though.
Will throw the lob to Cliff. He caught it. He kicked it back to Mark. Shoots a three. That's better.
Control over the top. Push the help. Or push the ball handler to Malawach inside and make him make a decision inside the key.
Cooper Flag dancing with Grant Nelson. He draws the big assignment tonight. And that's going to be a double dribble and a turnover. Nelson brings a lot of size. Guards Nelson on the other end as well. Sears into the action with Omoruyi. Kick it. Ball movement. Good this time down. Nelson leaves it up top. Ooh, nice finish. Cliff Omoruyi.
No fear. Not afraid of the moment, Brian.
LeBaron Phylon able to rattle one in. And now Duke into their offense. James, a threat from the corner, and a big body driving. Runs into traffic. Good defense by Duke. And now Proctor splits it, I beg your pardon, Foster, and a block. Here comes Bama. Player, he was a captain of that 2010 Duke team program. And John Shire's got the #1 team.
Knuppel is 6'6" and can put it on the deck and has a big body. Cleared the space, easy money off the glass.
Youngblood into traffic and a foul and one. Chris Youngblood able to get himself an and one opportunity when we come
to knock it in.
Flag drives left hand and a block from behind. Diabate gets the stuff. Gave a little mini Dikembe on his way down as well. Youngblood